It's 2020, and this world is being swept by a pandemic. We're in uncharted territory, and our circumstances are changing constantly. Is this reality? Public education will never be the same.
I see hope for our future. Welcome back, seniors. We are welcoming you back virtually, but I want to comment on the video. That is a really powerful video. It shows us everything we've been through in the last several months and what a difference a year makes. Last year, you were starting your junior year here at MacArthur High School, and we had not even heard of the word COVID yet. We are really trying hard to plan a great school year for you. It will look different, but we're going to do our best. I'm Miss Peterson, your principal here at MacArthur High School, and I would like to welcome the class of 2021. Welcome to senior orientation. We wish you could be here on campus with us. We miss all of you so much, you have no idea. But we're going to do our best to provide some very important information to get your senior year off right. So first, we're going to look at some facts about COVID-19, because we're still dealing with the effects of that. So on March 16th, right after spring break, everything we know about education changed. We learned new vocabulary: COVID-19, quarantine, face masks, hand washing, and social distancing. We had to limit our gatherings or eliminate them, celebrations, sports, and school basically as we knew it. Now we had to shift, and we're going to have to do that a little bit more going into the fall. Everyone's got to up their technology game. We have to connect virtually, think more creatively, and rely on our experience of what school used to be like, but keep an open mind to some changes that will be coming up. And also keeping up constantly with changing information on sometimes a daily basis. So the expectations for instructions are going to look very different from what you experienced last spring. So last spring, just the general differences, Grades prior to spring break were really the anchor for your semester grade. We didn't take attendance. We did 2 assignments a week. There were no small student groups. There was no real-time instruction. Everything was virtual. Fall of 2020, this is what we're expecting from our students. And that's going to be important to you as seniors so you can complete what you need to do to earn your credits and graduate this year. So all work is expected to be completed. Attendance is going to be taken daily. Each course has 5 assignments per week. Teachers will have office hours, and we will also have small group tutorial sessions for students with our teachers in real time. So Aldine ISDs are working really hard trying to figure all this out and put things in place. And I'm not going to read this entire slide to you. You can find it on the Aldine ISD website. But just briefly, there are 4 core beliefs that we're following to get us going into this new school year. So number 1, we will prioritize safety. Number 2, we will never stop learning. 3, we will work collaboratively to define our new way forward. And number 4, we will align our decisions with our strategic priorities to ensure our goals are achieved. You may have seen this. Dr. Goffney, our superintendent, sent this out. It's also on the school website and the district website. So this is kind of what we're following. This is our guideline for making decisions in terms of where we stand with school. So right now we're in phase 1. And if you look at that, it says severe and uncontrolled levels of COVID-19 in our community. So if you go down that column, it's going to tell you how we're going to respond to the building, safety protocol, instruction, operations, transportation, nutrition, and staff. So right now, everything's very limited. We're starting virtual. So everyone's going to be learning from home. And then if the situation changes, then we may change what we're doing. But right now, we're in phase 1. But you can always refer to the district website for updates on where we stand with school opening protocols. So here's our re-entry plan for the school year 2021. The timeline for re-entry. So our staff started last week getting ready for students and getting lessons ready. They are either working in their classrooms, some might be at home. We've got teachers in both situations. Beginning Monday, August 17th, we will begin instruction virtually. Daily online engagement is required. That's how we take attendance. So in order for students to be counted present, you have to log in to Schoology, contact your teacher on Monday, August 17th. By the time we come to Tuesday, September 8th, the tentative plan right now is for buildings to reopen. Those students and families who chose in-person instruction will return to campus. So as we get closer to that date, we will share details and expectations for students returning to campus to get you ready. So continue to check your email, social media platforms, and the school and district websites for more information. Here are some of the health and safety precautions we have begun to put in place, and we're still working on that in our building right now. We have signage with information about keeping your distance from each other, wearing a mask, washing your hands. So this signage will be placed all around the building. Student services. So student services encompasses technology, transportation, and child nutrition. So technology The goal for the district is to go one-to-one. One-to-one, what does that mean? Every single student will have a device, and devices have been ordered, but we have not received the orders yet. So we are passing out technology, one per family. Hopefully, you will be able to log on and complete your lessons. As we get more information about those devices that have been ordered, we will share that with you. So again, check all of those sites, websites, and emails. Transportation, there will be sanitizer upon entering buses, social distancing on buses, and we'll look at a diagram in a minute about that. Also, sanitizing buses after each route. Child nutrition will continue to serve up curbside meals. So check the district website for more information. If and when we return to school, we will provide additional ways for students to get their meals, because we know that we all need to keep social distance from each other. But again, as we get to that date, we'll give you more information. Here's an example of what a bus might look like. You all are used to, if you ride a bus, maybe 3 people to a seat, but that's going to change. So one of the recommendations is to just have 1 student per seat, and using hand sanitizer when entering the bus, keeping windows open to increase circulation. If families don't feel comfortable putting their student on a bus, they can provide their own transportation to school. And we'll be looking at some various ways to seat students on buses moving forward. So there's basically 3 plans. Plan A is our normal everyday plan where nothing would change. Plan B is 2 students per seat, and that is based on ridership assumptions, those students who are returning to campus to receive instruction. Plan C, where we are now, 1 student per seat when we return to school, based on registration with students who chose to learn in person. So we're going to go over a couple of instructional models so everybody's clear. We have 2. One is learning on campus or in person. One's learning from home or virtual. This applies to all grade levels in Aldine ISD. So the commonalities between the 2 instructional models, so everyone's clear. Whether you are learning on campus in person or you're learning at home virtually, both models will follow Aldine ISD guidelines, which are curriculum and assessment schedules. So assessments will be administered online this fall. Grading guidelines and policies, staffing ratios, LPAC processes, and guidelines for students' privacy, standards, and special ed services will all continue. So you might be asking, so what do I need? Well, you need a technology device of some kind. A cell phone's only going to get you so far. You're going to need a Chromebook, some kind of other laptop, some kind of device to access Schoology. You might need pens and pencils and a notebook to take notes while you're going through videos or listening to the teacher discuss something. You also need a planner, and this may be really important because you're going to have to set up your own schedule based on whether you are, especially if you're a virtual learner, you may need to set that up, whether it's electronic or on paper, so you are keeping up with your coursework. When we return to the school building, it's the same procedure or expectation with the clear or mesh backpack. And you will have to wear a mask or face covering while in the building. So now, reintroducing you to our MacArthur leadership members, and we've split them up by last name alpha responsibilities. So we kind of mixed it up. Usually we show all of our administrators and all of our counselors in different slides, but we're going to go so you can look at which one applies. Who are you going to report to? Who is your AP? Who is your counselor? So if your last name starts with A through CAR, Mr. Kelly is your assistant principal and Mr. Williams is your counselor. If your last name starts with CARL through DI, Dr. Halbert is your assistant principal and Ms. Starks is your counselor. If your last name starts with DO through GOM, Mr. Martinez is your assistant principal and Ms. Hunt Manigo is your counselor. If your last name starts with GON through JO, your assistant principal is Ms. Jones and your counselor is Ms. Carmona. If your last name starts with JU through MEN, your assistant principal is Ms. Hamilton and your counselor is Ms. West. If your last name begins with MER through PE, your assistant principal is Ms. Bowles and your counselor is Ms. Snyder. If your last name starts with PI through R, your assistant principal is Mr. Flores and your counselor is Ms. Barrera. If your last name starts with S through U, your assistant principal is Ms. Aubrey and your counselor is Ms. Richard. And lastly, if your last name starts with the letter V through Z, or you are a fifth-year senior finishing up some coursework, your assistant principal is curriculum assistant principal, Mr. Babcock, and your counselor is the lead counselor, Ms. Romero. I'm going to hand it over to Ms. Hamilton, who's going to go over some information about virtual learning.
Welcome back, seniors. Let's take a look at what you need to know about virtual learning. As Ms. Peter mentioned, you should have a technology device and Wi-Fi to be successful in the virtual learning classes. You must log on to Schoology daily. That is every day. Teachers will put 5 lessons per week, per course up for you to do, and you must log into Schoology every day in order to be counted present. Teachers will be able to provide live instruction this year through Google Meets. There also will be recorded videos, but they will provide lessons for you to do, to listen to so that you can get your work done. Attendance and grades will count. This may be a little different from the spring, so be mindful. You must be present every day and you must do your assignments because attendance and grades will count. You will have a minimum of 5 lessons per week with assignments, and grades will be taken. There will be a minimum of 2 daily grades per week that your teacher will assess, and 1 major grade per 3 weeks. At this time, students, you should be checking your school email. If you do not know your email address, it's your first initial, your last initial, your ID number at aldine-isd.org. You should be checking your school email daily, and this will also be a way that you'll contact your teachers throughout the school year. At this time as well, you should be looking into your Schoology account and getting familiar with those, how to enter the account, and also to see if your courses are loaded. Counselors are still working on schedules, so don't be too afraid that you don't see your courses at this time. They will be loaded. Home Access Center. This is where you can see your schedule. All students must register and have a Home Access Center account. Your parents also must register and have a Home Access account. You'll need to look and verify your second period classes, all your classes, because attendance is going to be important, and Dr. Habert will talk to you later about that. and about knowing your second period and homeroom class. Your emails and phone numbers should also be updated as well. So if you have not registered for Home Access Center, please do so. If you need support with Home Access Center, on the website, they provide an email address. Please be patient as they are trying to get through all the emails from those who are needing help, but they will get back to you and try to help you get access to Home Access Center. If you need help with your technology device that you receive from the district or password assistance, you can look on the Aldine ISD website at Home Learning, and there is a tab for you to press for both of these, whether or not you need device assistance or password assistance. You complete a form and they will get back to you as soon as they can. While you are going through your virtual learning class this year, as I mentioned, you will be able to have live instruction through Google Meets and also Schoology conferencing. While you are in these sessions, students, you must dress appropriately for all of these classes that will meet live. You must also please mute your mics as you enter the class and as others are speaking. Unmute your mic when it's time for you to speak. And also, most importantly, while you're also in these classes, is be respectful to your teachers and the other students in the class. Next up is attendance by Dr. Haber.
Hello, seniors. I'm so disappointed I don't get to see you in person. I always love getting together and seeing the senior class. They're the best. They're the greatest. But we have some very important things to talk about. So first, attendance. There's, of course, two types of attendance that happen. It's whether we're back at school here or if we're learning at home. If you're learning at home, we know that your schedules will be a little bit different, but you must have logged in by 1 p.m. So that helps seniors that like to sleep in a little bit, but by 1 p.m. And I know you don't want those pesky phone calls, you know, like you get where somebody's trying to sell you dog food and you don't have a dog. You got to make sure that you log in, or somebody's going to be pestering you of why you haven't logged in. So if you're doing virtual school, it's imperative that you log in by that 1 p.m. time. Next slide. So learning at home. What is considered engagement? So when we're taking attendance at home, we're not taking it the traditional way of whether you're just there. The way that engagement is, the way that attendance is taken is by seeing if you are doing your work. Yes, are you doing your work? And so you have to log into Schoology and actually do the lessons. If you do not do the lessons, then you will not be considered engaged, and that's when you are considered absent. The state has said there are 3 ways that we can measure engagement, and that's participating in Schoology, or sitting in with a meeting with your teacher with a Google Meet or a Schoology conference, or doing something after school the same day, even though school's not in session. The school will actually catch that, and they'll mark you present for the day, even if you're working at 6, 7, 8 at night. You've got to make sure you log in and do something. Next. So in both learning models, attendance is the same. Don't have to go over this with you guys as seniors. You know how this works. If you have 3 absences, you get a warning letter. If you accumulate 10 or more absences, then of course the school is going to take its responsibility and file truancy papers on you. Next. So now this is where I need to pause for a minute. Now the seniors last year had a great break. They didn't have to worry about NGs, but NGs are back. And as seniors, you know that NGs can cause you to not get credit. So it's more important for seniors than any other grade level, because if you get NGs, that means you don't walk. Doesn't mean you don't graduate. It just means you have to come back for summer school. You have to do IGCs. You got to do a whole bunch of work. NGs will have to be cleared. So what's an NG? As you can see, it actually is a mark on your transcript. You do not get credit. You pass course, do wonderful in it, But if you have excessive absences, you do not get credit. Next slide. So here's the new definition. NGs equal the number of incomplete lessons. So if you're expected, as in there's a little example down there in the corner, if you're expected to do 29 lessons by the end of September or whenever, and you've only done 24, you get 5 NGs. Now it's really easy to clean them up. What do you think you have to do? Well, go back and do those 5 lessons that you skipped. You cannot skip lessons. You cannot get away with not doing your work. That's the new definition. And guys, I want to shake your hands when you walk across the stage. And every year we have seniors that do not walk across the stage just because of NGs. So get in front of them. Make sure you get your work done. And now we'll listen to Mr. Kelly's here to talk to us about some policies and procedures in operations.
Greetings, good to speak with you. And as we begin to start this year, I want you to know that we are working to make a safe environment for all of our students. And here are some ways that we're doing that. Let's talk about social distancing for a moment. We are increasing intake stations here at MacArthur Senior. You'll hear more about that. And when you pull up parents to the front of the school to drop your student off, we ask that you pull all the way around by the LMC, which is around by the curve in the front of the school. There will be personnel outside to direct you where we need you to go. We are moving our metal detectors from right near the doors to further back towards the lobby area so that we can allow students to come further into the building and encourage our students not to crowd. This will help us with social distancing, as well as there being decreased capacity in the cafeteria. Students will sit directly next to each other. The students will have to skip a seat, and there are even tables that have been removed because the capacity in the cafeteria has been decreased. We are also decreasing the number of desks that we have in each class so that we may encourage social distancing while learning. Frequent sanitizing. Restrooms will be maintained more frequently. And also, each classroom will be equipped with sanitation products. As far as masks are concerned, masks or face covering must be worn at all times. As well as when we wear our masks or face covering, they must have appropriate wording or logos on the face mask. We must still be in compliance with dress code, although this is a part of the new dress code. And now we'll talk about clubs and organizations. Clubs and organizations include FCCLA, Student Council, Anime, Ladies of Distinction, Yearbook, Speech and Debate, Band, Choir, Theater, Men of Valor, Brigade Bells, Cheerleaders, and much more. We encourage you, although you may be virtual or in face-to-face, please get involved. The benefits of getting involved: support your interests and your skill set, things that you want to do. Be involved in the school-wide activities. It strengthens character and builds leadership skills. It does provide opportunities for social interaction. Secure volunteer hours with which helps you towards graduation, travel, competitions, and visibility. Help to build your resume. And there are opportunities for scholarships, as I mentioned about graduation. And now we'll have academic advising.
Hello, Generals, class of 2021. Congratulations on reaching this milestone. I'm Ms. Barrera, one of your senior counselors. There are 3 ways to contact your counselor. The first is email. Second is using the Remind 101 app. The third is by filling out a counselor referral form found on our website under the Counselors tab. If you have your phone handy, please snap a picture and you can join your counselor's Remind 101. Messages from your counselor will look like a text. Also listed is your counselor's email. As a senior, you are required to have a senior conference in the fall. The meeting includes you and at least one parent or guardian and your counselor. We will go over your particular graduation requirements that need to be met and talk to you about your plans for next year. Next month, your counselor will send you a link and you can select a date and time that is convenient for you. In order to be classified as a senior, you must have at least 18 credits. This year, you should be taking English 4, Government and Economics, your senior level math, and your senior level science. To meet graduation requirements, you must at least have 26 state credits and the right combination of credits. So you will need 4 years of English, 4 years of math, 4 years of science, 4 years of social studies, a semester of speech, a semester of health, a year of PE, a year of fine arts, 2 years of the same foreign language, and your endorsement. Students at MacArthur can pursue any of the 5 endorsements offered by the state: art and humanities, business industry, public service, STEM, and multidisciplinary. Next, let's take a look at a transcript. A transcript is an official record of your high school courses taken, credits earned, and grades. You will need to send official transcripts to scholarship committees, colleges, and universities. They are interested in seeing your official senior rank and GPA, which will be on your transcript. Aldine will be ranking seniors towards the end of the month. Your GPA is an average of your semester grades seen on your transcript. There are 2 types of GPA. Your ranking GPA considers the difficulty of your coursework. Honors, AP, DC, it's weighted and it's based on a 6.6 scale. Your collegiate GPA weighs all of your classes equally. It's unweighted and based on a 4.0 scale. Rank is a comparison of your ranking GPA compared to all the students in the same graduating class. The student with the highest GPA is your valedictorian, and the student with the second highest GPA is your salutatorian. Students must pass all 5 sections of the STAR in order to meet graduation requirements. There are exceptions to every rule. Last year, if students were in and received credit for the following courses: English 1, English 2, Algebra, or Biology, or US History, which many of you were in, the state waived that section for those students who passed those courses. Many colleges require scores for the SAT or the ACT as part of the admissions process. We recommend seniors take both tests, and if you receive free or reduced lunch, you will qualify for a waiver, which means it's at no cost to you. For those of you who took the school day SAT, your waiver is waiting for you on your College Board account. If you are interested in a ACT waiver, contact your counselor. Once you register for the test, make sure you keep up with your email for any COVID-related updates. How can you improve your SAT scores? As a review, you can practice as much as you'd like on your linked College Board accounts with your Khan Academy account. Besides meeting graduation requirements, our expectations for your senior year is that you start thinking more about your future. We offer the School Day ASFAB. The ASFAB Career Exploration Program is a comprehensive career planning resource to help high schoolers align their strengths, interests, and plans. After your results are in, you will be able to explore different colleges and careers on this platform. Aldine has a new interactive platform to help you plan for your future. You can explore different colleges and careers. You can also manage your career application, stay connected with your counselor. We are asking you to finish onboarding if you did not complete it last year, and we also want you to find the senior information sheet and complete it. Okay, so how do you find it? You log into the Aldine website, you click on About, go to Student Resources, scroll to the bottom, and click on clever.com. Then click on the green School Links logo. Once we get back on campus, I invite you to stop over at our College Center. It is adjacent to the registrar's office or perpendicular to the counselor suite. So some of the College Center reminders. You should apply to at least one college or university as soon as you get your senior rank. If you are applying to a public Texas college or university, you can apply at www.applytexas.org. What's great about Apply Texas is that you only have to fill out the application once and you can send it to multiple colleges. The same is true for the Common App. You can use the Common App to apply to most out-of-state schools and private Texas universities. Remember, the second note, so remember that your application is not complete until 1, you send official SAT or ACT scores. 2, you send official transcripts with your senior rank and GPA. On campus, you can request them from the counselor's office. And 3 is pay for the application fee. You may qualify for an application fee waiver. College fee waivers can be found on your College Board account if you took the SAT School Day SAT last year and were on free and reduced lunch. The next thing you need to think about is financial aid. So if you are a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, you may qualify for free federal money. Fill out the FAFSA at www.fafsa.ed.gov. It opens October 1st, and you will need a copy of your parents' 2019 taxes. Before October 1st, you and a parent can create a FAFSA ID. If you are undocumented, you may still qualify for Texas aid, and you can use the TAFSA to apply. You will also need a copy of your parents' 2019 taxes. Besides applying for financial aid, we recommend that you apply to at least one scholarship per week. Sometimes you will need letters of recommendation, so we advise that you fill out a brag sheet, which we will post later, and send it to a teacher that knows you very well. You want to give your teacher at least 2 weeks notice so she or he can write a good letter of recommendation. So how do you look up scholarships? Well, you can go to the Aldine website, click on About, Department, Scholarships, and then Available Scholarships. Okay, so you can also use raise.me, scholarships.com, and collegegreenlight.com. Moving on to frequently asked questions. How can I see my schedule? You can go to your home access account. How can you see your report card or current grades during the year? Also go to your home access account. If you haven't set up your home access account, you can go to your school email and find Ms. Hamilton's detailed email for instructions. How can I prevent NGs? You need to log in to Schoology every day by 1 o'clock, and when we return, you will have to come to school daily. Graduation. We will have more information regarding graduation at a later time. You will be able to order your cap and gown online from Jostens at www.jostens.com. And they're not quite ready for 2021 orders, but we will let you know as soon as it opens. I want to leave you with my personal belief. I think that all MacArthur students can be successful, productive adults. We all need a goal. We need a plan to reach our goal. And you just need to keep going towards your goal because life will happen. So study hard, because I guarantee that has to be part of the plan. That's it for me.
What's up, seniors? We are so excited about you becoming seniors. We knew and we are so proud of you. So I have the honor of introducing your class sponsors, but before I do that, my name is Ms. Jones. I am an assistant principal and I oversee the senior class. I want to say one thing about your sponsors before I turn it over to them. Guys, they are amazing. So you are going to have a great senior year. Your officers are amazing, and I'm going to turn it over to them so they can talk a little bit about the senior year.
Hello, senior class of 2021. This is Ms. Hernandez here, one of your class sponsors, and our co-sponsor this year is...
Hey folks, Mr. Hearn, glad to see you. We're gonna have a great year. Layla, we're gonna turn it over to you at this time.
Greetings, class of 2021, parents, faculty, and staff. My name is Layla Holmes, and I'm your 2021 class president. Working alongside me this year as vice president will be Deshaun Johnson, secretary, Wendy Godinez, treasurer, Jessica Lazoya, historian, Alexandra Alonzo, and parliamentarian, Jocelyn Cortez. I am so excited for this up and coming school year as my peers and I will be embarking into our senior year. We know that these are uncertain times, but the vision for the class of 2021 is we will be purposeful, positive, and prepared in the face of this global pandemic. What I mean by this is that we will be purposeful while pursuing our main goal, graduation. We will remain positive when responding to the challenges that may lie ahead, and as we stand at the start of the year, we are prepared to do what it takes to reach the finish line. We know that these are uncertain times, but we will stand united and support each other and conquer each obstacle day by day. I know that this school year will be amazing as we will find fresh and creative ideas to have fun. As we all know, MacArthur pride never dies.
Mr. Hurd, we're going to turn it over to you at this time.
Very good. All right. So at this time, I'm so sorry. At this time, class officers have been introduced. I'm going to introduce the class officers. Deshaun Johnson is vice president. Wendy Godinez is your secretary. Let's hear it for Jessica Lazoya, treasurer. Alexandra Alonso is your historian, followed by Jocelyn Cortez. She's the parliamentarian. So way to go, congratulations on that. Next, let me just get to the correct slide, pardon. All right, for prom, we've got a great prom scheduled for you this year, and you have different options for pricing. There is a MAC VIP package with prices that are listed in the PowerPoint. But the VIP package is $140, 5-star $160, and you'll see the pricing schedule. In addition to that, the packages that you may select, depending on your package, can include not only the ticket to the prom, but a senior breakfast, your class t-shirt, a class gift, and hopefully powder puff games. All right, what's really important is that you stay connected. This year's going to be slightly different from a traditional year, but that's all good, we got it. The way that we're going to make this year work to the best advantage of everyone is to stay connected, and so please, parents, join our Remind 101. The class name is MAC Senior Parents 2021. Class code is @MACG 2021. Students, IG, that handle is @MACClassOfficers21. You can contact us and stay in touch on Twitter @MACOfficers21. And then for students, there is a Remind @MAC21Class. And all that will be included in this PowerPoint. We look forward to working with you this year, and we do have some unique challenges, but together we are going to blow it out. I'm speaking for Ms. Hernandez and myself, but we've got your back, and we'll do everything that we can along with your class officers to ensure a wonderful class of 2021. We love you guys. We cannot wait to have you in our classes. Take care.
So seniors, you recognize this, you know what this is. I don't have to explain it to you. So we know this when we see these 4 letters. MacArthur Pride never dies, as our class president just reminded you. We are now going to close out, and we're going to hear the school song, and then have a couple of closing remarks. So Miss Ramirez, our choir teacher, is going to lead us in the school song.
Hands up. All hail MacArthur, alma mater, to you we will be true. Our banners are our union sign, with their silver and red and white. With faith by word we shall be, ever steadfast and loyal to thee. With our heads held high, we are filled with pride. We salute you, MacArthur.
We appreciate Miss Ramirez for singing our class song and getting us off to a great start. We're so happy that you joined us this afternoon. I know you probably got a ton of questions, and for some of those questions, we don't have answers yet. So my suggestion for now is to continue to check the school and district websites, check social media platforms, and most of all, check your student email on a regular basis. You can always go to the district website and enter questions in the Let's Talk portion on that website. So remember to stay safe, social distance, and wear your mask. We're just a call or an email away. So congratulations, seniors. You've made it to your final year, and we are ready to get started for the class of 2021. Thank you for joining us.